Hi everyone, I'm Red. I'll be dubbing some of our favorite mangas. Please do support my channel by subscribing, liking, and watching my future ads. Do comment the mangas you want me to cover. And also suggest some background sounds you would like me to use on my videos. I will use on my future videos the most liked suggestions in the comments. Hope you enjoy this chapter. Chapter 101, titled Secret Talk, shows the love pillar, Kanroji Mitsuri. Don't you feel like she's whispering her secrets? Tanjiro is at the swordsmith village. This chapter starts showing the chief of the village introducing himself to Tanjiro. Hello there, I am the chief of this village, Techi Kawahara Techin. Very nice to meet you. I may be the smallest in this village, but I am also the best at my craft. Now bow your head so low it touches the mat. Hearing this, Tanjiro bowed so fast, he bumped his head on the floor. Tanjiro said, Kamado Tanjiro, very honored to meet you. The chief replied, what a good boy. Now come over here and take some dough cakes. Then Tanjiro took some dough cakes and said, thank you so much. The chief continued, Hotaru was gone missing right now. We're doing our best to look for him, so please be patient. Tanjiro asked, Hotaru? The chief replied, yes, Haganezuka Hotaru. Tanjiro said, what a cute name. The chief replied, I'm the one who gave it to him, but he keeps bad-mouthing me, since he says it's too cute. Tanjiro replied, that's pretty sad. The chief continued, he's always been like this, ever since he was a child. He always throws tantrums right away. Then he goes off somewhere. Sorry about that. Hearing this, Tanjiro said, oh no, I'm the one who ends up either breaking the sword or chipping it. The chief answered, no, you're wrong. It's his fault for creating a sword that could actually break. Hearing this, Tanjiro was out of words. Then one of the subordinates of the chief said, as soon as we find him, we'll seize him and bring him over, so don't worry about anything. Tanjiro replied, please don't be so violent. The chief continued, I heard your body still hasn't recovered enough to be sent out into the field, so if Hotaru doesn't forge your sword by then, we'll have someone else do it. The hot spring in our village does wonders for the body, so please spend some time there. Then Tanjiro was escorted to the spring. While going out to the room, Tanjiro thought, I hope they don't fight each other. As Tanjiro arrived at the spring, his escort said, the spring is at the top of this hill. I will be preparing your meal down here. Tanjiro answered, okay. On the next panel, we see the love Hashira, Kanroji Mitsuri, running and crying. As he saw Tanjiro, she said, it's Tanjiro, Tanjiro. Seeing this, Tanjiro was shocked, saying, watch out. Oh, please be careful. Your breasts are going to spill out. Kanroji-san replied, listen, listen. I got ignored. I greeted him and he ignored me. Tanjiro asked, who did? Kanroji-san answered, I don't know. I asked him his name and he ignored me. Isn't that cruel? I'm a pillar. Kanroji-san continued crying while saying, now all that good energy I got from coming out of the spring is completely gone. Tanjiro replied, it looks like they'll be done with dinner soon. I heard they used matsutake mushrooms. Hearing this, Kanroji-san smiled and said, you serious? Then she stood up, then started to walk away while singing, good sir, what is fluttering in front of the horse? Seeing this, Tanjiro thought, so she eats a lot. A few moments later, Tanjiro arrived at the spring. Tanjiro thought, whoa, it's so big. Out of nowhere, something hit the head of Tanjiro. He caught it and saw it was a tooth. Tanjiro thought, who would lose a tooth? Then Tanjiro saw someone on the spring. Tanjiro was thinking, it's Mohawk Head. Naho-chan told me his name. His name is Shinazugawa Genya. On the next page, we see Genya seeing Tanjiro and said, drop dead. Tanjiro, hearing this, immediately took off his clothes and jumped on the spring. Tanjiro said, it's been so long. How have you been? You have the same name as the wind pillar. Hearing this, Genya pushed the head of Tanjiro to the spring and said, don't talk to me. A few moments later, Genya was gone, and we see Tanjiro and Nezuko enjoying the spring. Tanjiro said, I thought I could be friends with him since we were both in the nude. Man relationships are hard. On the next panel, we see Tanjiro and Kanroji-san eating, while Nezuko was playing under the table. Tanjiro said, wow, that's amazing. Kanroji-san replied, you really think so? I didn't eat that much today though. Tanjiro replied, I'm gonna eat a lot and get strong one day too. Oh yeah, the boy you met at the spring was someone from my batch. His name's Shinazugawa Genya. Hearing this, Kanroji-san replied, Is that so? That means he's Shinazugawa-san's little brother, right? But he told me he didn't have one. Maybe they don't get along. That's so tragic. Tanjiro replied, "Oh, are they? Why is that?" Kanruji-san started to play with Nezuko and replied to Tanjiro, "Well, I have 5 siblings, and I get along with all of them. I don't really know. I guess the Shinazugawa brothers are really just scary." Tanjiro replied, "Genya still hasn't come here. I'd love it if we could just chat for a bit. It seems like Kanruji-san and Nezuko-san is comfortable with each other." Kanruji-san replied, "Looks like he isn't coming, and he told the villagers he won't eat at all. Maybe he brought something with him." Tanjiro answered, "I hope he's okay. I'll bring him some leftovers." Kanruji-san replied, "Yeah, that's a great idea." Then they started to search for Genya around the house. While doing this, Kanruji-san was singing that there is a traitor, we must punish him. You wouldn't know about it since you're wearing fancy clothes. Give him a beating. Beat him to a pulp. A few moments later, Tanjiro tried to ask something. "Kanruji-san, why did you join the Demon Hunters?" Hearing this, Kanruji-san replied, "Me? It's kind of embarrassing." Then Kanruji-san started to blush and answered, "I joined so I could find a gentleman who would marry me for life. Girls actually like men who are stronger than themselves. Girls want to be protected by them. You get it? Maybe this is hard for a man to understand. I mean, pillars are strong, right? But it's hard to meet up with them. That's why I became a pillar myself. I work really hard." Tanjiro, hearing all this, was very shocked, with a saying, "It's okay, Tanjiro." Every single person who heard this felt the same way. As they continued to search for Genya around the house, someone said, "Kanruji-sama." On the next panel, we see the one who spoke was Akakushi. The Kakushi continued, "Your sword will be done very soon. We would like you to come to the workshop so we can make our final touches." Hearing this, Kanruji-san answered, "Oh, looks like I have to go now." Tanjiro answered, "Don't worry about me. I'll see you off." Kanruji-san answered, "It's fine. I'll probably have to leave in the dead of the night." Hearing this, Tanjiro felt sad and said, "No, but, well, okay then." Hearing this, Kanruji-san said, "Tanjiro-kun, I don't really know if we'll be able to see each other alive next time, but let's just do what we can. You survived a battle against an upper moon. That's already a great learning experience." While Kanruji-san is tapping the head of Nezuko, she continued, "Practically speaking, there's nothing more valuable than experiencing something like that. That's equal to 5, maybe 10 years of intense training. You're definitely a lot stronger now than when I last saw you, Tanjiro-kun." Kanruji Mitsuri fully supports the Kamado siblings. Hearing this, Tanjiro replied, "Thank you so much, but I still have a ways to go. I only won because Uzui-san helped me. I will work harder than ever so I can beat Kibutsuji Muzan." Kanruji-san is tapping the head of Nezuko, and Nezuko is loving it. Hearing Tanjiro, Kanruji-san said, "Tanjiro-kun, you got permission to stay here a little longer, right?" Tanjiro replied, "Oh yes, for now." Then Kanroji-sama started looking everywhere, came close to Tanjiro. Seeing this, Tanjiro was puzzled. On the next panel, we see Kanroji-sama whispering to Tanjiro, "I heard there's a secret weapon in this village that makes you stronger. Go look for it." Then Kanroji-san walked away and went to the Kakushi, waving. Later, Tanjiro-kun was out of words, while Nezuko was waving at Kanroji. A few moments later, Tanjiro-san's nose bleeded, and Nezuko was shocked. The next morning, we see Tanjiro walking on the ground while saying, "I wonder what this weapon Kanroji-san is talking about. Is it a sword? Is it buried? It's like a treasure hunt. I'm so excited." It seems like Tanjiro was so excited that caused him his nose to bleed. Tanjiro continued, "This is a nice place, but I still smell the hot spring from here. Maybe my nose isn't working well because I haven't fully recovered yet. I really want to find Haganezuka-san." But Tanjiro suddenly stopped when he saw a kid and a man. Looking closely, Tanjiro noticed, "Huh? That's a pillar. Shinobu-san mentioned his name before. Oh yeah." Then Tanjiro remembered the person was the mist pillar, Tokito Mochiro. End of chapter. The pillars are gathering.
What are your thoughts on this chapter? Please do comment your feedbacks and future suggestions for me to improve my work. Shoutouts are all welcome. Just comment it down below. I'm also planning to do Tagalog versions. If you also like me doing it, please do comment it below. Thank you and see you in my next videos.